Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Rivals, the wild world of Aussie rules football, vice world of sports. I'm excited to jump into this, bro, because I absolutely love Aussie rules football. I think it's an incredible sport, very entertaining. Before we dive in, though, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Oh my God!
Could you explain how Aussie rules football works to someone who's never seen it before in 60 seconds?
Yes. The two tallest men are in the middle of the ground. It's their job to hit it to the smallest man of the ground. It's their job to kick the ball to the goals where they're kicking, okay? And when that's done, it's the job of the people down there in front of the goals to kick a fucking goal. Okay, it's not chess, it's not scientific, it's not rocket science, it's a game of fucking football.
Yeah, it's not very. When I saw the rules of Aussie rules football, understanding, it's not very hard to pick up. It's not very hard to pick up. Yeah, and as you're watching highlights, you learn it very quickly. So I completely agree with this man.
It's not chess, it's not scientific, it's not rocket science, it's a game of fucking football. It's easy. Come on.
That was less than 60 seconds. Australian rules football. Footy. Whatever you call it, it's the game that defines a nation. And within it, one rivalry defines the game. The Collingwood Magpies and the Carlton Blues have two things in common.
Two absolutely incredible teams.
A legacy of winning and an unending hatred for one another. If Australia was a country founded for criminals, it's only fitting that a sport as violent and chaotic as this is one place where Aussies today come together.
Oh, that was a hit, and he got it right before he kicked it too. When the ball was almost at his
Aussies
foot, bro.
today
That was
come
a good
together.
hit. Oh my God.
I'm inside the massive Melbourne cricket grounds where right now it's very quiet except for the birds that you can hear flying around. But in a few days, this is going to be the site of the greatest rivalry in the history of Australian rules football, Collingwood versus Carlton. To the untrained eye, it seems like Australia's greatest pastime would be more accurately called Aussie no-rules football. With so much happening on the field at once, it's hard to even know where to look. Players don't wear helmets or pads. They can be tackled from any direction, and with no offside rule, they run nearly a marathon every game.
Yes,
they can
bro.
run, kick, or hand the ball off. If a ball's kicked to a player and he catches it on the fly, it's known as a mark.
Yeah.
And then he gets a free kick. Goals are scored by kicking the ball through the goal post. The smaller outside posts earn teams 1 point, while the taller inside posts earn 6. Most of the world has never even heard of Aussie rules football, but Australians are perfectly happy to have a sport to call their own.
Nah, yeah, when I first saw it, I feel like it was probably a year or two back, I was like, dang, what is this? But after watching a couple of highlight videos, I was just like, bro, this sport is awesome. This sport is fun. This sport is entertaining. Now, the old school highlights of this sport, the hits, as brutal hits as I've ever seen, bro. It looks like they were headhunting in those hits, bro. And without a helmet, without any protection, bro, and you're getting your head knocked off, like, it just looked absolutely scary. Now, it's still hard hits. Don't get it wrong. But you're not. It's nothing like seeing the older school highlights that were crazy. That probably sent people to the hospital or they were ending careers out there. But this sport is absolutely awesome.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? I'm Sal.
There's nothing more Australian than AFL footy. You could be anywhere in the world and you can walk into a pub and Aussie rules are on, people identify that with Australia. Oh, that's that mad game they play down under. When the fixture comes out pre-season, the first thing you do is check to see when we're playing Carlton.
That's the most important thing.
Oh, absolutely. And come Saturday, the majority of Collingwood people will be nervous wrecks. This is how important it is to beat these bastards. This is Collingwood, and you're not. There's nothing better, because they hate it, and you know they hate it.
Yeah.
We don't want you to love us or feel sorry for us. Fucking hate us, because that's what we want. Yes.
That's a true fan right there. That's a true fan.
So you got 1 point.
1 point.
There you go.
One
You're
point.
on the board. It's a bit more like it.
Beautiful. Where'd you grow up?
Dallas, Texas.
You grew up in Dallas, Texas.
Oh yeah, Mason Cox. Shout out Mason Cox, bro. Absolutely like this guy, and I love that he came over from the U.S. to go play in the AFL. And it took a lot of adjusting. I watched a video of him. It took a lot of adjusting to the game, and he almost didn't make it. But shout out to him for now. I think he's a really solid player for them.
You realize that you have like a partially very strong Australian accent now.
I'm starting to get it, yeah. It's just horrible.
I'm listening to you talking, like, 1 minute you're like, I hear Texas, and next thing you know, I'm like, this guy's
Straight Aussie.
Just 2 years ago, Mason Cox was a walk-on for Oklahoma State's basketball team.
That's crazy.
And with no plans to play professionally, Cox was content to put his degree to use as an engineer for ExxonMobil. But after being contacted by an AFL recruiter who scouted him during the NCAA tournament, Cox became just the second American to compete in the AFL.
Cox is the target! Oh, the young American!
At the time, I was like, what the hell is this? I'd never even heard of it, you know, and had to do a bit of YouTube searching and whatnot. Going halfway around the world to go travel and play a sport you never heard of and just, take the risk. Well, that opportunity's not gonna come across your desk every day.
It takes a special breed to throw down on the footy field.
Yeah.
After all, it's a game that refuses to stop for injuries and doesn't believe in ejections.
Oh my
You
God.
have to be a
Oh
decent
my
little nuts.
Jesus.
I can't imagine what those hits feel like, and the you deciding to die for a ball can mean, like, what's the worst kind of injuries that you guys have dealt with?
I had a dislocated shoulder the first minute of the first game last year.
Forward, Thomas
slaps it forward, held without it.
Oh! I can't look at it. Jesus. It makes you grab your shoulder like you just dislocated your... Oh my God!
That's not looking good at all.
First minute, first game.
Yeah. 40 seconds in.
Sweet.
I've had about 10 ops.
10 operations?
Yeah.
On one
Oh
shoulder?
my
No, so I've
Lord.
had 5 on that.
You see the shoulder joint just pops out.
Cheekbone.
See it?
Oh, it's his own man.
Friendly fire. It's the swinging arm of Carrazzo.
3 knees, a hip.
As to it should be pressed here, but
Oh!
Broke my jaw up here, so
Oh, I saw that one.
saw that one.
Yeah, that's the one where you...
Armfield and worked him hard, and that's so sick.
That looked like it was...
That's absolutely sick. Like that just it's such an entertaining sport, but there's no protection. Like you have no protection out there. It's a very contact. It's a contact sport, 100% contact sport, or collision sport. I don't know. It's dangerous, but it's. I mean, you can't help but love it.
Fuck.
The devotion Barrackers feel for their clubs is exceeded only by their hatred for those that betray them. So in 2013, when Collingwood midfielder Dale Thomas traded in his black and whites for Carlton Blues, the fans were far from forgiving.
Yeah, there's no hiding away from that, but sort of I think the first couple of times that I played them, I let that sort of drive me as a motivating factor. I think realistically we'll see just a fierce, competitive game.
That tunnel walk, where half the supporters love you and the other half probably not so much in that game in that day. What does that do to you?
I walk out, I'll have the chest pumped up. It's sort of hard not to in front of 90,000 people when you walk up the race, and it goes from sort of dark to light at the MCG, and It's probably the only time throughout the game where you get to look around and take it all in. So it won't just be me getting booed, it'll be the whole team that's sort of, right, it's on, it's us against them. Let's get at it.
A little extra love.
Uh-oh. May 7th, 2016. Uh-oh. I didn't know this was such a rivalry. Like, I've watched AFL highlights, but I never, looked into rivalries and things like that. So, and I know both of these teams are great, but I didn't know there was such a rivalry here.
124 years to the day that Collingwood and Carlton first squared off, an insane crowd has gathered, ready to bring hell.
Cruiser and Grundy get to work straight away. Clear, taken high by Walker. Best of the Moxley under pressure. Armfield arrives. Curnow there as well. Blues might get out or not.
Ran into by Gibbs. Normally finishes it off. This time he'll give it off. A chance into an open goal.
Jaffa in his cheer squad. Hold on.
I thought Sidebottom was going to finish himself then.
God!
Back to Thomas, so that is terrific. Outside 50. Wobbles one towards the hot spot. That was too easy. Murphy just waiting.
Just like that, Carlton puts another 6 on the board.
Oh, shut up, you dickheads!
Gibbs got him, stopped him in his tracks, and then crisp rather over the line. Right, outside 50, pops it up, and he can really savour this one.
Oh, they're booing the shit out of booing the shit out of Dale Thomas.
Jeez, I understand, but still, geez.
Against his old side, the Blues lead by 20 points.
Dang.
Both Collingwood and Carlton sit at the bottom rung of this year's ladder.
Oh,
But
really?
you wouldn't know it by looking in the stands. Because the only thing that matters to these barrackers is beating the hell out of their mortal enemies.
Oh.
And if they don't, the agony
Oh,
of defeat
my
stings
God.
that much worse.
So in many ways, a history-making afternoon for the Blues. They're going to beat the old enemy Collingwood for the first time since round 15, 2012, and they get 3 in a row for the first time since 2013 in the process. Carlton by 15 points over Collingwood.
They are absolutely savage in victory on the Carlton side with the chant, "We hate Collingwood, we hate Collingwood."
We all love to win, don't we? I mean, no one wants to lose.
Yeah, nobody wants
When
to
we
lose
lose at Collingwood, we feel it. We really feel it. I think when you lose, it's important to get on board and support more, because out there, they hate us. Well, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I mean... The thing about sports is, I mean, there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser. Somebody has to lose. Nobody wants to lose, but somebody has to lose. And whoever loses is going to be devastated. That's all we got for that. That was actually absolutely awesome. If you guys have a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal, out.